crying. I have a puppy.
Cute. Okay, I'll start you off with an easy question. How did you start your career?
I started, well, firstly, my mom put me in all kinds of lessons. I started with piano lessons when I was in England. Um, and then when we moved to Canada, I kind of stopped having lessons for a little bit. And then we picked up guitar lessons, singing lessons, and I always joined the music option in my school. And then about 2 years ago, when I really started getting into the music industry, I just sang karaoke at a local cafe in a very, very small hamlet called Smith, Alberta. And I did the karaoke. Um, she reached out and said, like, hey, we have Gil Gran from Nashville coming to put on a show. Would you like to open for him? And I was like, of course. So in the meantime of doing that, I was releasing my first single, recording and releasing my first single called You Owe a Life. And from there, after the show, she said, like, hey, do you have any projects coming up? You released one single. And I said, no, it's an expensive industry to be in. So to record like all the time for is very expensive. So she offered to become a sponsor and we could partner. And she funded my first album, which is like incredible. So I got to go and work on it for pretty much a year. And then I released that. And then I got nominated for the CMAB Awards. And now here I am.
Right. So you mentioned that you're from England, right?
Yeah.
What kind of how would that has anything to do with England inspired your music? Do you use some certain things or qualities from like the English side or no?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It's like it's a part of who you are. Like all my family is back there and they cheer me on from the other side like of the world, which is really awesome. And I've like written songs about like being born from there and moving over here, and it's definitely impacted me. I don't think I would have started country music if I did not move to Canada, because fun fact, I actually used to not like country music. And then I moved to Canada and it just grew on me and I like started liking it. Now it's like all I listen to, and
Mhm.
I write it, I release it. So yeah.
It's kind of funny though. The stereotype of country music is most people, never heard it, I don't like it, and all of a sudden they listen to a few songs, they're like, okay, I like it.
Yeah. My we used to make fun of it. Like it's pretty bad. Like I did not like it like at all, especially when I first moved here, because it's like it's a culture change. Like it's different. It's not something you really listen to over like in England. So the fact that it was like everywhere, it kind of just grew on me and now it's my favorite genre.
You got to start a campaign called "Bring Country Music to England" and go to Europe and make sure all of Europe loves country music.
I think it would take a while to do that. But I there is like quite a few artists out there that do country music, and like you have like famous artists go there to sing, so it's not like they don't like it. I'm sure a lot of places like it, but for my family and my roots, not a fan.
Okay. Why did you decide to take your musical career professionally, instead of just a hobby, where you could have just done it as a hobby, but you're like, no, I'm gonna go the extra mile and make sure I do this thing right.
um To be honest with you, it just started as a hobby, and once I got more opportunities, I just decided to take them. So I didn't really think about it like, oh, like I'm gonna do this professionally, because I do and I don't. I still work like I still work at my local Boston Pizza, and like they're an amazing team, an amazing crew, and I really like working with them. But like if I had to choose, I would rather do music full time, and hopefully one day I can make that my job. But as for like a career, I hope it gets to that point.
Right. That makes sense. I think you're talented and young enough that in a few years you should be all over Canada.
I hope so.
So you said you're country. Are you just pure country, or would you say you're more folk, or is there like a pop country, or what would you describe your genre as?
I would for the first album I released, I would say it's country pop because there's definitely half of it is more pop like sounding songs, and then the other half is more country, but then like it's just a mixture between the two. And I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate a genre mix. So I thought I would do something different and come out with this project. And even like I've even had people say like, "Oh, like you can't do country and pop at like the same time." I was like, "Well, of course you can. Like you can do any genre together as long as it sounds good." So I would definitely say pop is my other half, but with the new music I am working on, it's full country, no pop, no R&B, just good natural country.
That's good. Um, do you have any other passions besides music?
I have a horse. I have a quarter horse. She's something. I used to do barrel racing in Gymkhana and I broke my back doing it.
Ooh,
So I don't really do it anymore, but I still go and ride like here and there, just go on a little trail ride. Yeah.
awesome. And you write your own songs for all your music? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have a process when you write your songs?
Um, really depends on what's going on in my life. If I feel I'm in a good place, I can genuinely write songs like all day, every day. A lot of songs I scrap because I just don't like them or I don't think they're good enough. But I usually just pick up my guitar, or right now I'm working with one of my guitarists. His name is Skylar. He plays guitar for me because I'd rather just sing, like focus on singing than doing both at the same time. So we've been working on songs together. He just comes up with a super like cool riff, and then we go based on that, like write a song about, I don't know, a breakup, which is usually what it is.
Right.
Or like barrel racing, and we just continue off of that riff and until the song is done, and that's pretty much the process right now.
Awesome. Sounds like fun. Do you start, do you have a favorite song you wrote or like?
Um, so for my album, my fans really love 4 a.m. That one has been really like at the top tier of my album, and I always get compliments on that song. Like everyone likes it. And then my favorite song would be the title of my album, Just a Girl and Her Guitar. There's a single in the album that is what the album name is. That is my personal favorite one, just because it's just like such a cool like country jazzy vibe with like some harmonies. It's my personal favorite one.
That makes sense. Um, I like your newest song that you released as a single, not a part of the album, but the single. Um, I wish I could remember it. I was just listening to it before we did this, and now I'm going blank.
It might be Day by Day that I released as a single.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one too. It's very like fruit like lovey, and oh, I'm so in love.
Um, do you have a song that has a strong emotional connection to you? Like one that makes you cry or like makes tears water up when you sing it?
Um, that would be Daddy's Girl. That one I decided to sing for a show, and I will never do it again. I will never, never ever sing that live again. I just like I was like, oh my God, like I'm literally tearing up right now. This looks really bad. So that one for me is the no no. That's the song I
Okay,
will not sing again.
gotcha. So when was the last time you performed?
Ooh, the last time I performed, I want to say in the summer, like last summer of 2022, I took a break from performing because I've had some issues with my tonsils and I just needed to get through school and I moved out of my parents' place into my own place. So just like, growing in my own personal life. So I haven't really been taking bookings until now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you like to perform? Is that something that you like to do?
I do. I love it. I was working with my band for a little bit, and like it's just like adrenaline, it's energy, and as long as you're giving, you're going to get back. Like it's I find it electrifying. Like I love it, and I love just singing and like showing like, hey, like I actually can sing. I do. I love performing.
Awesome, that's good to hear. Do you have a dream place you want to perform at?
Um, I I have a dream place. It's the Ranchmans in Calgary, but I actually just booked with them. So I've already booked my dream place, like in my little area. And then as in like international worldwide, I'd say the Opry in Nashville.
It's my choice, my choice.
Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. And you think you'd want to do some touring in the future for you?
Oh, for sure. I definitely would love to do touring.
Awesome. And are you happy with what you've accomplished with your music career so far?
I think in 2 years to be where I am now, I think is incredible. Just to have 14 songs in total out, to have a nomination, to be able to do interviews and be like invited to play places, like all in just 2 years, I think is like the best thing I've done in my life.
Awesome. That I'm glad to hear that. And is there anything that you want to mention that's going on in the summer or later on for your music career?
I am playing at Ranchman's June 15th, so I will be there then. And then as for the rest of the summer, I kind of just go with the flow, see how it goes, see where I can play. I know I'm going to a lot of concerts this summer. Just having fun.
That's good to hear. And if you don't mind, if we kind of flip the music aspect and then go into the some questions about you to get to know you a little better, if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And if you don't mind me asking how old you are.
I am 18.
Right, that's what I thought. So what's your favorite color?
Oh, right now, I would say like a very light purple.
A very light purple, interesting.
Yeah.
And I know you've mentioned some of your passions about your horse and all that, but do you have any like hobbies, like small things that you like to do just to pass time?
Most of the time, I'm writing music, and if I'm not doing that, I'm a couch potato. I'm just gonna watch TV.
And speaking of our next question, do you have any favorite TV shows or movies?
Um, I really like the movie Mean Girls. It's very iconic and it really like lifts me up on a bad day, just something to laugh at. I feel like I can play that movie with any of my friends and we'd all just watch it.
Right. It's good. That's a good movie. Not
Yeah.
not more for me, but it's still a good movie.
It's a girly like chick flick.
Yeah. That's why I said not much for
Yeah.
me, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
So what does your typical evening look like?
Well, usually I'm working because if I'm working an evening shift, I sometimes don't get home till 11:30, 12 at night. And after that, I just have a quick shower, kind of just lay in bed, wind down, scroll through TikTok, share like I'm always trying to post things like with my music and my account. So I'll go and like go through that, go through my emails, and then set my alarm and go to sleep.
Fine. So how do your coworkers handle knowing a celebrity?
It's just like any other day. I wouldn't call myself a celebrity. I think I'm at the very bottom line of the industry right now. But they're always like keeping up with me, keeping up with my career, what I'm doing. My general manager, Leah, she's incredible. Every time I need like a weekend or like a few days booked off for like awards or shows or recording, she's very like easy with that because like I express like this is like a second job for me. This could be something one day. And my coworkers are very loving about it and they fully support me and listen to my music and just keep up with me.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And we're gonna have to agree to disagree because I consider you a celebrity, you don't. So we'll see who wins at the end.
I hope so. One day. I feel like a tour is definitely needed in the next year. I think a tour would be great.
If anything, just like a little local tour.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Go to get my band together and say, "Hey, we gotta start practicing."
So what is your most prized possession?
Hmm. Prize, probably my family.
Good answer.
My family, they mean a lot to me and um, they have supported me since the start. My mom has taught me to be independent and go for what you want, and you got to work hard for it. It's not just handed to you.
Awesome. Great words to live by.
Yeah,
What is the greatest accomplishment in your life?
probably my music career, I would say. It's not every day that you get to go to these events and go to shows and have people ask to speak to you like about your life and your music. It's all really new to me, and I think so far this is the best accomplishment that I have achieved.
Awesome. Um, do you have a favorite memory?
My favorite memory would probably be when we went to, it's called Polton's Park. It's in the UK. My brother, my grandparents, and I, we went to this amusement park and they have like a Peppa Pig world. And my brother and I went nuts. Like we loved it. And we went on this roller coaster with my cousins. So that's probably my favorite memory.
Awesome. I should probably ask you, how old were you when you left from UK to come to Canada?
I was 7 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were a
Young,
big
quite young.
you were a big Peppa Pig fan?
Not anymore, but I was.
Ah, too bad.
Right?
What is your favorite holiday?
Hmm. I don't want to say Christmas because I feel like everyone says Christmas. I want to say Thanksgiving Day because usually there's a lot of pie and I like pie.
What's your favorite pie?
Apple, for sure.
Oh, plain Jane, boring.
I know. I don't like pumpkin pie. I like apple pie, banana
Nice.
cream pie. Mm.
I'm more of a Saskatoon berry pie myself.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good. Rhubarb,
Mm,
rhubarb pie.
no,
No, not a
no,
fan.
no. Uh, where's the coolest place you've traveled, or have you done a lot of traveling in your young but successful life?
Yeah, my mom has started traveling with me since while she was pregnant with me. So I've been around like that area for quite a while. Um, my favorite place, I was really young, but I vividly remember parts from it. We went to France. We went to the Disneyland in France, and I went to see the Eiffel Tower. I think that was probably my favorite place to go so far, but I was so young. I didn't really know like where I was.
You're like, oh hey, look, a tall building. Let's go up that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool. Do you have any favorite bands or artists?
My favorite artist right now, I want to say is Lainey Wilson and Morgan Wallen. I love Morgan Wallen. Like, oh, music is top tier for me. He's probably my favorite artist right now, but I think he's a lot of people's favorite artist right now. He's definitely growing worldwide.
Oh, he's very talented. If you were to ask me like a year ago, I'd say Morgan Wallen, right? And as of right now, it's Bailey Zimmerman for me.
Oh, Bailey Zimmerman is good too. Yeah, I like his music as well.
I watched him for the Country Canada Music Awards, and he performed,
Yeah,
and like the raps and like the way he sings, I'm like, wow, that guy is good.
yeah, and I think a year ago, my favorite artist would just be Carrie Underwood. I really like Carrie Underwood as well. Uh, just a lot of the bigger names and like Bailey Zimmerman. I do really like his music. I listen to it every day, if not one, but three songs.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that like everyone picks like the big names, but to be honest, it's understandable why you pick the big names because they're so good.
Yeah. There's a lot of small artists that are like just as good, if not better. So you really gotta branch out and look at them. But it's really all about who has the teams, who has the backing, who can take them to that level.
Hmm. That makes sense. So do you have an idol or anything like that?
Not one specific one. I'm very open with artists. I like a lot of different artists, and I don't think I could choose just one. Because if I did choose Morgan Wallen, I think my answer would be different next month.
Okay, that makes sense. What is one thing that instantly makes your day better?
Coffee.
Ew.
I love coffee. I love my coffee. If I'm
Boo.
going to work, I
Boo.
need coffee.
Orange juice all the way. Orange juice all the way.
Oh, orange. I have orange juice. Oh, I like orange juice.
No coffee.
I don't
Get
drink it. I don't. Sorry.
no coffee for me. All orange juice.
Maybe I'll drink more orange juice now. I'll give it a try.
You should. What is something that always makes you smile?
I really like my boyfriend works away for forestry. I think getting to talk to him for the little amount that I get to talk to him a day, that really makes me happy because I don't get to see him very often. So that really puts a smile on my face when I get to talk to him, even if it's just for 10 minutes. I'm happy.
Makes sense. So, what are some things you're most thankful for in your life?
I'm thankful for a job. I'm thankful for a roof over my head, um just like the things that we need to live really, because you just need a roof over your head, water, power. I do my best with what I have. Like it's no grand apartment, it's no grand way of living, but like I'm happy to be where I am and just to have my own place at my age. So I'm grateful for all of everything I have right now.
That makes sense. And when you just said that, it reminds me of Brett Kissel's song "Make a Life, Not a Living."
Yeah, it's about enjoying what we have now and not like these big beautiful things. Like don't get me wrong, I'd love to live in a big beautiful house, but I'm not gonna accomplish that at 18 years old.
Yeah, I'd love to be sitting in Florida right now in a big mansion with a pool, and next to all the
Right?
celebrities. But unfortunately, it's not looking like that's gonna happen anytime soon.
I think even if my music career really did like shoot internationally and I was making quite a bit of money, I would still just have like a nice like small house on an acreage. I wouldn't have this big extravagant house. Like I have to clean that.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So you're telling me if you go like platinum, globally famous and all that, you're not gonna move to Nashville and have your own bar?
I don't think I'd move to Nashville. I would get a small apartment there so that when I did have to stay there, I would have a place to stay. But overall, I think this is the area where my boyfriend and I would like to be, and he has a company to take over, so he kind of needs to be around here, and I'm okay with that.
But no bar in Nashville? Come on, that's what all the country music stars are doing.
I'm sure I would get a small little place there and fly when I needed to, and yeah.
You're just gonna have to get a local bar instead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is there anything you wish more people knew about you that they don't know about you because you're up and coming, rising, and all that stuff?
Um, hmm. I would say that I genuinely love to do this. This isn't just something I do because, oh, I could be a millionaire one day. I really like making music. I like writing music, and I want people to listen and relate. And if they can't do that, then I'm sorry. But I want people to know that I put a lot of time and love, effort, and money into my projects and what I do. And I love to hear back from people. I want to know how they feel about what I'm releasing, what I'm coming out with. My album from 2 years ago, like recorded that 2 years ago. So I was 16, I was younger then. I've matured now and just look for my new music coming because it's going to sound a lot different.
Awesome. And sometimes different is better.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite animal?
Horses. I love horses. If not horses, then cats.
Didn't you say you had a dog?
Yeah, he's driving me up the wall right now because he's just a puppy. So he's not
Gotcha.
on my favorite list today. He might be
Gotcha.
tomorrow, but not
Disrespecting the
today.
dog. Aye, aye, aye. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
I love him. I love him. Don't get me wrong, but he's
Sure.
just at that stage where he's chewing everything. He's not listening. He's just being a puppy.
Yeah, but you were at that stage when you were younger. You were a little baby chewing on everything and not listening.
Oh yeah. I'm sure my mom wanted to like throw me in a river sometimes.
Give the dog some sympathy. Come on, respect the dogs.
Yeah, I do. I guess he's my third favorite.
So you have a dog and a horse and that's it?
I actually have two dogs. The other dog I have is at my mom's. He's a border collie, so he can't stay with me because he's too big. I have one horse, one cat here, two cats at my mom's. But I think my mom is wanting to keep my border collie now because they have grown attached to him, and they are the ones that have take like looked after him because I've been here and living in my own place. And like I said, I can't have him here, otherwise I would.
Right. So you're just shading all your other animals. You talk about the horse and then about the first dog, but not the other animals. Like tisk, tisk, tisk.
It's hard to name all of them. There's like, I don't know, five of them, six of them. It's like, oh,
You
how
gotta
many animals do you have? A lot.
you always gotta shout out your animals.
Yeah, I don't know because my mom might keep my cats and my dog now. So technically they won't be mine.
But as of right now, they are.
I guess, even though they don't live with me. I'd say they're more my mom's now, to be honest with you, because like even my other cats aren't here. It's just too many animals in a small place.
Okay, makes sense. Um, where do you realistically see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, see myself on a gigantic stage, 20,000 people, and I'm just singing my songs.
Awesome. Is,
Hmm.
do you have any merchandise, or is that something you're planning towards in the future?
I do, but I sell it locally. I don't have an online store yet, but I was thinking of starting one up. It's just like some hat merchandise with my album name on it, and I have a couple sitting in here in my room, but the rest I have sold.
Awesome. Sounds like I'm gonna have to get some merchandise.
I'll let you know when my store is up.
Awesome. And we're kind of near the ending part here. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out or promote while you're on the interview?
Yeah, I would love to shout out Charlotte Fleming. She got me started in this. She was the owner of that little cafe in Smith. Unfortunately, she has passed away and is not with us anymore, but she really started this all for me. She got me going, and I really have her to thank. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today.
Awesome. And is there anything else you'd like to chat about with me or in general while you have the floor?
Just look for my new music coming out in the next few months here. I want to say between 6 and 8 months. And if anyone is looking to book a live show, I put on a very good show. And that's about it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for giving me the time to interview you. You were an amazing interview, and I can't wait to see what you can accomplish in your future. And whenever you're in Edmonton area, let me know. I want to be there in the front row cheering you on.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of your day. And if you need anything, just let me know. I'm happy to help you out.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Bye.
All right.